Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Good to see you. Today we're going to get into Project mBridge. What is Project mBridge? It is a CBDC experiment put on by JPMORGAN, DBS Bank, and some other players. So today we're going to understand all the players involved in mBridge, what it actually is, and what the technology is behind it. So let's jump on in. Boop. Start the show, guys. So here you go. A global ambitious of Partior, JPMORGAN, DBS Bank, and its payment system. Okay. So it talks a little bit about here. Let me just switch over to this. So this is Project mBridge. Okay. So joint report by BIS Innovation Hub of Hong Kong Center, the Hong Kong Monetary Authority, Bank of Thailand, Digital Currency Institute, the People's Bank of China, and the Central Bank of the United Arab Emirates. Right. So there's a lot of different players involved in this. And here's this little article that was put out in November of 2022, which is about 4 months ago, about who the players are, what's happening here, and everything else. And I got some information here on Partior, but let's take a look at this, right? There's a great video here that kind of gets into what is Partior or Partior. I think it's Partior. Let's just play this and see what's going on here, okay?
Hi, I'm Stella Lim. I am the Chief Operating Officer at Partior. Global cross-border payments are at the heart of international trade and economic activity, with payment flows expected to reach US 156 trillion by the end of 2022. Even as global payments revenue rise with an expected forecast of US 2.6 trillion by 2025, the current hub and spoke arrangement in global payments continues to function with clear inefficiencies. Currently, payments rails are predicated upon a centralized model which does not allow for same-day cross-currency forex payments. By harnessing benefits of blockchain and smart contracts technology, Partior will address current points of friction. Blockchain has led us to a new economic reality guided by its core tenets of transparency, immutability, and security. The global financial infrastructure needs to keep up with its innovation. This new economic reality has expanded the type of assets in ecosystem, creating liquidity, accessibility, and setting the stage for the future of money. We therefore need to rethink the design of money movement and value exchange based on blockchain's guiding principles of decentralizations, inclusions, interoperability, and security. According to industry research, blockchain deployments will enable banks to realize savings on cross-border settlement transactions of up to 10 billion in 2030. We aim to pioneer a new global value exchange system to enable interoperability and interconnectivity to reimagine the clearing and settlement infrastructure. Partior is a multifaceted platform materializing the future of money movement, becoming the next generation system, whether for fiat currency, bank coins, or central bank digital currency. We continue to grow our network and support for global currencies, co-create with commercial banks, central banks, and technology partners. We look forward to hearing from you.
So that kind of summed up what is Partior. And so here's the website if you want to check it out. It's www.partior.com, a trusted global network for value exchange, right? This is super important, right? There's going to be all these different players in the payment space. It's not going to just be one to rule them all. You really have so many different siloed systems right now around the world. And those are systems that really aren't interoperable with each other. That's what a siloed system is. And this is really great because this not only connects JPMORGAN, because JPMORGAN is one of the biggest banks in the world as far as international cross-border payments too, right? It's JPMORGAN, HSBC, and Citibank are the three biggest cross-border payment banks. And so when you see one of the biggest banks in cross-border payments getting in and working and testing all this stuff, it does make you exciting. And you know what it does? They've been working on this for years, guys. JPMORGAN's been in blockchain since 2014. It's pretty funny how you have the head of JPMORGAN coming out and saying how crypto is pet rocks and things like that, or Bitcoin is pet rocks, but really they need and want to use the underlying technology in the space. So I just thought that was really funny. I'll leave some of these links down in the description of the video if you guys want to check out some of these things. But the payment system underpinning cross-border financial flows has not kept pace with the rapid growth in global economic integration. The global network for correspondent banks that facilitates international payments is hindered by high costs, right? So the current SWIFT system, guys, very expensive to send money. It takes a long time. It gets to a point where sometimes you can't even track those payments. They go out and banks might not know where the money is for some time, and it's a huge mess. And these new systems, these blockchain systems, make everything super easy to see, to track, to know where your money is going. And if you want that instant settlement side, you can use something like XRP, XDC, XLM, and some others, Algorand, to do that settlement if need be. Let's just take a little more look about this. So it says, this is from Mr. Mann. Please follow him. He put so much hard work into putting all this stuff together. I really appreciate him. The Singapore Monetary Authority, MAS, is thankful to JPMorgan for their role in shaping Singapore's new financial system. And the key players are Ubin, Project mBridge, and Project Dunbar. So these are all different CBDC experiments put out by the BIS. And I'm going to be getting into Project Icebreaker in my next video. And you want to check out that one too, because all of these new systems, they're all just different banks. They're all trying to test which system they're going to use at the end, right? We can't say for certain, who's going to use what right now, because all of these tests are happening. So let me just play this. We'll play this a little bit, and then I will continue on. And I just want to show you this too, right? So DBS Bank, so these guys here, DBS, to launch full service digital exchange, providing tokenization, trading and custody ecosystem for digital assets, trading and custody ecosystem for digital assets, namely BTC, ETH, Bitcoin Cash, and XRP, right? And so you can see the 4 currencies right there. And then DBS basically said here, checks, so it's talking about for cross-border payments in order in SWIFT. So here's the SWIFT system, cross-border ACH cheaper, and then the cheapest is your Ripple there, Ripple using XRP. Okay, I'm just gonna play a little bit of this and I'm gonna get to the next video.
Trying to put together a bunch of people who are deeply passionate about the subject and equally skeptical also. And it was interesting that for the first time, MAS actually started thinking about experiment as a way to achieve a certain regulatory objective. And Ubin was the first experiment of the scale where we're using a new model, a new technology stack, a new way of defining money, whole set of thing was going. And in that uncertainty, we indulged ourselves on a project Ubin. And it took us 4 years, 5 phases with so many players coming together and helping us to understand, is there any meaningful outcome from this? And thankfully I would say, because it's truly something I would always feel proud about, is the people who came to the project, they found their way out. And there are many twists and turns. And also the last thing I expected, the traditional banks, in this case DBS and JPMorgan, will actually take it forward to what we see today as a party art. And that also not part of the expectation. So as we moved along, JPMorgan came in and they were perhaps with us longest in this journey.
See, JPMorgan's been with them the longest in this journey. So they're telling you right there, I waited to record this video for hours, hoping the trash man wouldn't come, and I'm recording a video and the trash man comes. Awesome. But you can see JPMorgan's been working with these guys for a very long time. And they also, JPMorgan has the Onyx coin. So they actually helped develop this, transforming the way money and information assets move around the world, right? So you can see JPMorgan is integrated with these newer systems, and they've been testing all of this because they want to use these new systems, right? They can't have Wells Fargo and Bank of America using these great systems and them still using the SWIFT system. They know that if they don't adopt, they're going to die, and linked by JPMorgan. So it's really interesting to see JPMorgan on one hand say crypto's totally useless, we're not going to use it, but we are going to use blockchain. Hey, I hate to tell you this, but you can't have one without the other. All right, let's go ahead and just watch this. This is from Mr. Mann again. Check us out.
Thinking and doing business. JPMorgan has been a pioneer in blockchain innovation since 2014. Building everything from foundational infrastructure to commercialized applications, with a mission to rewire and reimagine banking for the digital age. We developed Quorum, a private blockchain protocol that empowers businesses to build high-performance applications at scale. And today, as Consensus Quorum, it's used by hundreds of enterprises across multiple industries. We launched Link, the world's first bank-led peer-to-peer, helping institutions exchange data quickly and securely, reducing costs and delays, and unlocking new opportunities to monetize data. Our Coin Systems team built a next-generation payments network that powers instant transfer and clearing of multi-bank, multi-currency assets 24/7. We established Partier with DBS and Temasek to help accelerate cross-border value movements for payments, trade, and foreign exchange. And we deployed the first ever programmable payments proof of concept to automate funds movement using preset triggers set by the client, moving Treasury from a static to a responsive, dynamic entity. Blockchain is also changing the game for investors. Our Onyx digital assets platform enables the tokenization of securities for instantaneous exchange. Together with JPMORGAN Markets, we're executing intraday repurchase transactions with hundreds of billions of notional value executed to date. And proving innovation knows no boundaries, we completed the world's first tokenized value transfer in orbit. Onyx is at the forefront of a major shift, architecting new platforms for commerce, accelerating trade and payment flows, broadening access to liquidity via tokenization.
That is the main thing in this new system, is going to be access to liquidity. Banks need to be able to send money, settle that money instantly, and keep and have their liquidity on hand to do other things, right? Think if you're a bank and you're using this old system, right? How important this is. You send payments, sometimes they take days, sometimes they can take weeks. When you're talking about high value payments, when a business might be buying out another business and they're sending like $1 billion, sometimes that payment takes an awfully long time to get through. Think of if a business could send that money, have it settle instantly, and they can move on to the next thing. They don't have to keep liquidity locked up constantly. This is the wave of the future, guys. This is really where we're heading. And this is Quorum. This is the last thing that they were talking about. Quorum has been built out. They do have an airdrop coming up for XRP and solo holders. So if you want to take a look at this, the snapshot is March 24th. Make sure you have everything ready in order to take advantage of the snapshot, and check out Quorum in your spare time, guys. If you need help understanding all this stuff, I go through all of this with my community. We've already talked about Quorum. We've already talked about Onyx. We've talked about mBridge. We've talked about all this in the past. This is just a refresher for this channel because I know you might not be as well up to date on all of these things that are happening around the world that are super exciting in payments. I will see you in the next video. Please like and subscribe. Share with somebody that you know, friends, family, whoever you can. I'd really appreciate it to help grow the channel. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.